Okay, part C, projectile motion. Time of flight and maximum height. In this part, you should know that what is the meaning of time of flight 飛行時間 and also the maximum height 最高點. So here we want to find out these two. So it means that you want to use a given value to find out the time and also the displacement. Okay. Here, in this case, determined by the vertical motion only. Okay, what is the meaning? It means that if you next time, if the question asks you to find out the time of flight and the maximum height, you just only try to find out all the information related to vertical motion only. Then that's all. Okay. In this case, I will explain it why. Look at this. Using this one, maximum height, it means that the highest point. What should you do? You should try to know that the initial velocity, y component of it, vertical component. Then if this vertical component is very high, then you should pay more time for it to reach the highest point. Highest point should be momentarily at rest. Vy should be 0. Then if you go up to here, then you can find out y. Y will be the maximum height. Then what is your condition? Your condition, you should have this value uy. Vy, you know it already, should be 0. And ay should be negative g. Then you can get it. Now look at this equation. Vy, you know that should be 0. Vy will be coming from the given value. A should be negative g. By using this equation, you can find it out. And once again, you can notice that in order to find out the maximum height, this one, what should you do? G, I think that you should know that should be 9.81, no change. This part should be a constant. Then this one tells us that the maximum height should be depends on the vertical component of the initial velocity. This one tells you that why we have this one. Okay, you just need to focus on the vertical motion, you can get the maximum height. Okay, so you can have this reading. H depends on U, Y, and G. Okay, next one, time of flight. Time of flight means that this object will go up and then go down. Okay, then this one we will call it time of flight 飛行時間. But of course, you should pay attention on this. They should have the same level. Okay, same level. Same level means that y should be 0. It means that the total vertical displacement should be 0. Then what will happen here? Total vertical displacement should be 0. Uy and A, you should notice it. This one will be the time. Actually, after your calculation, you can see that t should be this or 0. But of course, in physics, you know that t is 0 is meaningless. But in mathematics, you can get it. Okay? So, this one, you can see that in order to find out t, g should be a constant in the Earth, 9.81. Then it means that depends on the vertical component of the initial velocity. Then here, both t and h depends on u, y, and g only. Okay? Then, look at this. For h, we have uy squared. For t, we have uy. Like that. Okay? And also, you can rearrange the term. You can see this one. Maximum height depends on the time and also the Vy. Vy over 2, what is it? Will be the average vertical speed. Vy tends to 0 with a constant a over t. Okay, this one just only gives you a certain information. You can negate this part. But this one in some MC may ask you like this. This one will be the average velocity. And then times the time, half the time. But what's the meaning of half the time? Because the time of flight should be this. In order to find out the maximum height, this one should be symmetric 對稱. Then the time should be divided by 2. Okay, using this method, you can find out what is h. Okay. Now look at example 3. This one. Throwing a stone off a cliff. Once again, look at this question. We know that this projecting angle 60 degrees, projecting speed will be 10, and then we want to find out this. This one will go to the sea. This cliff, the height will be 35 meters. Now look at A. What's your maximum height? Once again, the textbook tells you that in order to find out the maximum height and the time of flight, focus on the vertical component of the initial velocity. Okay, so what should you do? Try to resolve the component first. Ux, Uy. You should pay attention. You should familiar with the component. Horizontal one, cosine, vertical one, sine. And then apply the equation. Here, we want to find out the maximum height given u Uy. And also, because maximum height should be momentum ls, Vy should be 0. Put it into it, then you can see that 3.8 meters. It means that after your projection, you should pay a certain time to reach the highest point. The highest point should be 3.8 measured from the starting point, the starting level. And then, of course, this object will move down, starting from it. Then, pay attention on the question. This one asks you from the sea level, what's your maximum height? Then you should add 35. Part B. For the time required for the stone to return to the initial level. Initial level, it means that the trajectory. Trajectory means that 投射線. This one, same level. Pay attention, this one, same level, it means that y is 0. Okay? Then, this one, y is 0. Uy, you know it. But I don't know what's the time. Time will be the time of flight. Ay, I know that. So substitute it in it. This one is the quadratic equation. We have two answers. One is 0. In physics, meaningless. Okay, so you should choose this one, 1.77. It means that this stone will pay 1.77 seconds go back to the same level from the initial position. And then here, next one, reach the sea. It means that the time for it to reach the sea. Then what will happen? Pay attention. You need not to start it from the highest point. It means that the part A question. Because in physics, we just need to know that the total displacement and focus on all the information at the starting point and ending point. You can get the path. Okay, so on your textbook, highlight this one. Must be negative. Because in this case, we think that forward positive, upward positive. So downward should be negative. And then apply the equation. The vertical displacement should be negative 35. Uy, you know it. Total time, I don't know. A should be negative 9.81. Substitution, quadratic equation. Use your calculator to find out two answers. 3.7 and 1.93, but negative. Negative in physics is impossible. Reject it. Lastly, the answer should be this. But of course, you may ask that why. This formula tell us that this one nonsense answer, negative 1.93. But why? Because I want to explain here. What's the time t0? 0 should be here. The starting position. Ending position here should be 3.7 seconds after the calculation. But what's the meaning of negative? Negative should be here. Here, this position should be negative 1.93. Okay, what's the meaning? It means that in mathematics, this one is two words. First word 3.7, second root should be negative 1.93. If we project this stone from here to the starting point, you should pay 1.93 seconds. Okay, but of course, this part in physics impossible. Okay, but in mathematics, this one is possible because this one is one of the wood. Okay, what if question? If Albert throw the stone vertically upward at a speed, this one, at the edge of the cliff, and the stone fall into the sea, how will your answer in part A, part B change? Maximum height, time to return same level, and so on. Okay. Now look at this. Initial vertical velocity of the stone does not change. Okay, no change. Because there's no change, then what will happen? In the previous one, show you that maximum height depends on the vertical part. Vertical part means that the vertical velocity for the initial case. Then this one should be depends on the initial vertical velocity. But this one, in this question, does not change. So maximum height, no change. And also the time of flight, no change again. No change again. Then that's all. Okay, try to look at this other one. This video.
呢度有一架小車，小車上面裝置咗一個彈簧活塞，可以將樹枝球垂直發射。將架小車放喺平滑嘅跑道上，然後輕輕推一下，小車可以接返住個樹枝球喎。同學可唔可以解釋到呢？而家將跑道嘅一邊升高，再重複實驗。我哋睇多一次，小車可以接返住個樹枝球喎。同學可唔可以解釋到呢？
Okay, in this video you can see that the ball can fall up and then finally the car can get it. But why? You can look at this one. This one is the car. Okay, this one is the car. This one will project the ball upward. Remember it, when you project the ball upward at the same time the car is moving, it means that for the ball, it will have two components. The first one will be this velocity. This velocity should be the same as the car. Then finally what will happen? You can see that this ball will have the projectile motion. If the ball come to here, where's the car? Should be the same position. Because they move with the same initial velocity. Assume that there's no air resistance, so should be keep it the same. Similarly, for the car, move the certain time up to here. Where's the ball? The ball may reach the highest point. And also, a certain time, the ball will move forward and also drop it down. And the same speed, horizontal speed, finally catch it. You can see that the path should be a parabola. Okay? Then it means that the car can catch the ball. Okay, next one will be the Ch10. Okay, here, Ch10. Two. Okay, now look at the Ch10 2. Fill in the tables. Once again, this one wants to have a chain link on the horizontal speed and vertical speed. You should focus on it. How about the projecting angle? Look at this. Project upward. It means that the projected angle should be 90 degrees. For cosine 90 should be 0. For sine 90 should be 1. Then what will happen? You can see that what will happen. But if this one falling outward with an angle, then this angle, this one, we don't know. Then what will happen? Never mind. Just on the horizontal velocity, because the question tells you that initial horizontal and vertical velocity. Horizontal one should keep the same, so all of them should be 10. How about the vertical one? You should try to calculate using this formula. Final V should be initial V plus AT. But pay attention, the AT, in this case, we will use negative 10. Initially 20, and then reduce it to 10, highest point, 0, and then go back. Okay? How about part B? Part B will be the displacement. Initially, xy should be 0, 0. How about 1 second? 1 second for it to travel horizontally. The speed should be 10 meters per second. Then this one should be 10, 20, and 30. And for the vertical one, initially, you can find it out. Uy should be 20. Time should be 1. A is negative 10. Okay, you can find that this equation and then substitute it, then you can get it. Okay. But this one is wrong. Okay, wrong calculation. So pay attention here. This one is put it 1 to it. This one is not 10. This one should be 15. If you put 2 here, should be 0, because this one's not 0, should be 20. Okay, and then this one should be 15. Okay, pay attention here. Okay, question number 2. This one, we have two balls to be project. For A, project vertically. For B, at an angle. Then what will happen? Both balls have the same acceleration. Of course, yes, because both of them are under gravity. Everything under gravity with the same acceleration, 9.81. Part B, both balls are momentarily at rest when they reach the highest point. Is it true? No. But how to know that? Once again, highest point depends on two values, uy and g. For g, should be the same, no change. But how about uy? Once again, look at the question. This one tells you that they have the same u. But you can notice that for B, you should resolve component. For the vertical component, should be u sine theta only. You can see that for B, the vertical initial velocity should be less than A. Then it cannot reach the highest point. The highest point should be reached by A, should be greater than B. So here, ball B has horizontal speed towards the right when it reaches the highest point. Okay. Okay, here, both balls reach the same height, similar to the last explanation. This one, is it the same height? Okay, now, go back to the last question. Some mistake here. The question tells you that the same vertical speed. Same vertical speed, it means that even for part B, the ball B, here, you can see that this one may be UA, this one is UB. For this component, should be UB sine theta. This question tells you that same vertical speed, it means that this one should be the same. it tells us that UA should be smaller than UB. Okay, because here they are the same. Then for part B, okay, both balls are momentarily at rest when they reach the highest position. Are not the same. Okay, this mostly the explanation is this. Because when A reaches the highest point, A should be stopped here, momentarily at rest. So for this part, momentarily at rest for highest point for both A is correct. But how about for B? B go to the highest point, it will have horizontal velocity because this one is a projectile motion. Even this one reach the highest point, it will keep moving horizontally. So this one, momentarily at rest at the highest point, for this one is not true. Okay. How about next? Which at the same height at the same time? Correct. Because both of them are the same. Then they will have the same time to reach the highest point.